Hello, all you wonderful people, and greetings from Tokyo, Japan, where the Olympics are happening right now. And just of today, we had the highest COVID numbers that we've ever had. Olympics! I'm currently in Odaiba, which is surrounded and housing many different Olympic sports. Also, it's incredible to note that the stadiums that they built on this island and all for the Olympics are only for the people who are performing and competing in the Olympics. And I think the people who are on those teams as well. No one else is allowed inside these giant stadiums. One of which I know took over the entire island was the triathlon, where they swam, biked, and ran across. If you watch the news, you could have seen the big Gundam over there, heavily featured. And this building, Venus Fort, actually had the Olympic torch run through it. However, they said this whole area that I just did a whole video on, where there's a Toyota factory inside of it, huge Ferris wheel, and also team-led borderless inside, is going to be closing completely by next year in March. On the outside, this doesn't look like much, but the experience of not just shopping, but experiencing the free car museums, both the future and the past inside of there, it's pretty cool. And also, it's like the Caesar's Palace of malls. It's a shame that this area is going to be completely renovated into something else after 20 years of this being here. But it would seem that the future of Japan is not written in stone anymore. Things are changing at a lightning's pass here. Also, it's very hot in Japan right now, but it's summer. I guess it's hot everywhere. There's something you don't see every day. You get a vending machine that is handy capable. Unfortunately, they put the dispenser for the coins in a very awkward place. But I'm not here to talk about the past, nor am I here to talk about the future. I'm here to talk about the here and now, the present that is befalling us as we speak. Because right up that way, there is something that represents the spirit of the Olympics, the hope, the dreams, the world, located unironically on a bridge, roughly translated, the Bridge of Dreams. If you read the title, you know exactly what you're about to see here. But on the way up, you can see Tokyo 2020 all adorned on the side of this bridge. The big sights, convention center, looks like four upside down pyramids, where a lot of the anime conventions happen in the winter and the summer here. This whole area used to be a paradise for cosplayers. If you enjoyed cosplay on the weekend, you could come down here and dress up as whatever character you wanted to be, and I would not be able to identify you. What's interesting about this bridge is you'll see vignettes of ancient Japanese folklore intermixed with modern Japan, and apparently cockroaches. Hey buddy, how's it going? There it is, the Olympic flame, the flame that traveled around the country of Japan this year in order to make it eventually right here on a bridge. That flame represents the hopes, the dreams of all the Olympians and the spirit of the games. Hydrogen is a new energy source that only emits water when used. I'm not sure if that has to do anything with the torch or with the buses that they use that are hydrogen powered, but you know, that's there. It's currently 10 o'clock at night right now, and there is a large crowd of people here enjoying the visage of the flame. And we're all in different situations than we thought we'd be in at this point anyway, but it's nice to see something that, even though we're competing against different countries, competing against one another, it's about the unity. One thing I saw at the triathlon was after the winners of the men's triathlon won, they came together for a big hug, gold, silver, bronze. It didn't matter, they were unified. And I think that's a big, important thing coming up in the future years of this planet. Little globalization message here. We need to think more globally and less locally. Gentleman over there seems to be doing a security sweep. It's cool to see. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest international symbols in Japan right now. Before the world went to poo-poo, the lead up for the Olympics was amazing. I've been in this country for a while, and this was the goal in a lot of people's minds. And it's amazing to see this is actually here. Right before the world once again went to doo-doo, they had the Olympic torch able to be held and touched. And it was made out of aluminum and metals from destroyed buildings and earthquakes. And the medals that the Olympians get are made from used foam parts. When I was at the Tokyo Metropolitan building where you can see the best view of Tokyo, I saw someone donate their old phone to make it for a medal. There's a lot of heart from the Japanese people for this games. And obviously things have changed a little bit with the world changing as well. But it's impressive to see this right here in front of my face. And I don't want to sell the Olympic short. I understand that this is important to a lot of people, and it's important to the athletes and the nations that are competing in and celebrating. And there's been a lot of, as of this moment, a lot of amazing feats. So there's a couple countries that have never gotten gold before that got gold this year. And I congratulate all the athletes that busted their humps for an extra year to be here for the 2020 Olympics in 2021. But that's enough of that. Speaking of recycled things, the beds made for the Olympians are made out of cardboard, and they can fall over or break apart if there's more than 2 people in them. That's food for thought. It just seems like a wild time, and I respect all the Olympians that are here trying their best to compete for their countries. But what do you guys think about the Olympics? Are you guys happy they happened? Do you think they shouldn't happen? Whatever you think, I'm happy to hear from you in the comments. As I always say, you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. Be nice to one another out there, and have a good night, okay? Peace. Check out that flame. Wow, it's burning. There are the Olympic rings. If you happen to be a fan of Lester Holt and the NBC Nightly News, I believe they're filming out of the Hilton. I think that's the most logical place for them to be filming to get the shot of the Olympic rings and still be covered by a building and get shots. They might be shooting out of a hotel room. They may be shooting right there on the stage. Your guess is as good as mine. I just know that they got the view right there, so they're probably right in this area.